Hi there, Malcolm here with my 207th Booktube video, and today I'll be bringing you my November wrap-up and December TBR. I can tell you I managed 9 books, totaling 2,137 pages and 18.13 hours on Audible. I'll certainly be dropping off towards the end of the year, but I'm still up on the previous year, so that's good. Anyway, with 9 books to get through, there's still plenty, so let's get cracking. So first up is Deadpool vs Wolverine. This is a Marvel Select from a few months ago. Managed to miss it somehow, so this was on a back order. And basically this one is a series of stories where Wolverine and Deadpool happen to come into conflict. Seems to coincide with a certain film that's come out. So there's 3 very different tales of these two fighting it out for different reasons. Really funny, lots of fourth wall breaks and violence between 2 guys who just really can't die. So I think my favourite one was the one where Deadpool, due to his psychological issues, needs a cathartic release and decides to fight Wolverine, who's just busy shopping at a market somewhere and is randomly attacked and is in no mood to fight, which is a bit strange for Wolverine. I just found it really funny. Yeah, a lot of fun, really crazy, lots of different art styles between the stories. Yeah, worth reading, worth buying. And after that, I then read Starter Villain by John Scalzi. This was my book of the month for November. I've done an individual video for that one, so I'll leave a link to that below if you want to go and find out what I thought of that one. Please do. And after I read that, I then moved on to, or I should say, finished reading The Mercy of Gods by James S. Corey, book 1 of The Captives' War to My Wife, done by the same crew who did the Expanse series. This isn't The Expanse, it's something completely different, as explained in the attached video that me and my wife filmed together reviewing this one. Do go check that one out. Yeah, I'm whizzing through these. I haven't got very long to do this filming. I haven't got very long. Time's run away from me today. But thankfully, pre-recorded, pre-edited and already up. So go and check this one out. And after that, I then read Marvel Select Venom Lethal Protector Life and Deaths. This is a direct sequel to a previous Marvel Select, Venom Lethal Protector Heart of the Hunted. And in this one, there's a MacGuffin that some big bad is trying to get hold of to do a thing. The big bad is revealed on the front cover here, being Doctor Doom, who ultimately wants to get hold of the Venom symbiote. Yeah, really good. Very much a story of 2 halves, which did feel a bit disjointed. They are connected, but there's a certain break between the 2 halves. And featuring the character of Silver Sable, a person I know nothing about. And that was cool, learning about a different character. Yeah, artwork really nice, really clear who's who, what's going on. Yeah, another great entry, worth buying. And after that, I then read A Slip of the Keyboard by Terry Pratchett. This is a collection of his newspaper articles, lectures he gave, talks at various conventions and universities, and experiences of being a author on the road, signing autographs and going during the bookstore signing thing, as well as his Alzheimer's diagnosis and a lot on assisted dying. Really enjoyed reading this. It's very bittersweet though. I have read pretty much everything he's ever written, and so I feel like I know him pretty well to a degree and miss him terribly. And so it was quite nice sort of meeting him all over again, but knowing that he's no longer here. I did find the assisted dying bit overly long. There was an awful lot on that. But apart from that, a really nice collection of his thoughts and words. Booktastic. And after that, I then read Marvel Zombies, Black, White and Blood, and printed in the black, white and red style that they do for a lot of these sort of things. And of course, being zombies, there'll be a lot of red for blood, which is why they replaced red with blood. It's a series of short stories set in the Marvel Zombies universe, which I haven't really come across before outside of the What If, animated on Disney+. And they feature various heroes who are zombified, or various heroes who are not zombified, surviving against the zombie hordes, some of which are heroes and some are not. Lots of good stories in here. Many different artists, many different authors, lots of different styles, a nice mix of all sorts, but in 3 tones. And although not the first in the series, I do feel like this is quite a good step on point. It does allude to things previously, but you don't need to know anything previously. That's a good sort of introduction to it, and I've since picked up another Marvel Zombies to try, having enjoyed this entry. But that one's in full colour. So, really enjoyed it. Yeah, worth buying. This was from the library though. And after that, I then read Interesting Times by Terry Pratchett. This is a Discworld novel where Rincewind, the failed wizard, ends up in the Agatian Empire on the Counterweight continent because Two-Flower, who is the tourist from The Colour Magic and The Light Fantastic, has gone back home to a very secluded society and then stupidly wrote What I Did in My Summer Holidays. And of course we can't have ideas about what's going on elsewhere in a secluded society. So cute, lots of running away from things into even greater danger. Lots of fun. This is never my favourite of the series, but it's still a heck of a lot of fun. And I did find the ending a little bit too convenient. There's a thing that happens which Rincewind just stumbles across. And it's like, it's a bit too much, but it's a heck of a lot of fun regardless. Booktastic, of course. I think it's the second or third time I've read it now. And then after that, I then read Deadpool Does Shakespeare. It's another one from the library, hence the nice glossy cover. And for reasons that are never fully explained, Deadpool wakes up to find him in a Shakespeare world, speaking Shakespeare's speech and almost reenacting Macbeth or Hamlet or a weird bastardization of the two. Yeah, not quite sure why, but absolutely hilarious. Really enjoyed that story. It follows up with another story back in sort of more of the realistic world, so to speak. But yeah, it was quite fun. But the main one was the Shakespeare angle, which was what caught my eye. Yeah, worth buying. This is from the world's greatest line of Deadpool series, but you don't have to read them in any particular order as far as I'm aware. But a really good dipping in point for fans of Deadpool. And then finally, I then read Quantum Leap, Loch Ness Leap by Sandy Schofield, where Sam leaps into a man on Loch Ness. He's on a boat trying to find the monster, or rather, his son is trying to find the monster and he's thinking he's a bloody idiot. And of course Sam is here to try and stop this estrangement from happening, but almost automatically gets it all wrong, causing changes to happen at the project, where Sam's daughter, who was there, suddenly isn't, and is now a hacker elsewhere trying to break into the place for reasons. Again, I felt that the project side of the story was a lot more interesting. There was a lot more going on there, more at stake, rather than Sam bumbling about around the loch, just trying to piece things together with him and the son of the man he's replaced. But it was a very coherent story. I really enjoyed it. Booktastic. One of the stronger ones in the series, I thought. So that was my reading. My planned reading for December is... My book of the month is the third What If from the Marvel series so far. And this one is What If Mark Spector was host to Venom. This is written by Mark Chen. The title says it all, really. So really looking forward to reading this one. I enjoyed What If Loki Was Worthy and What If Wanda Maximoff and Peter Parker were siblings. I thought they were great. I think Loki was my favourite so far. So really looking forward to reading this one. And I really enjoyed the Moon Knight Disney Plus TV series. I thought that was fantastic. So looking forward to reading more Moon Knight. I don't know much about Moon Knight beyond what I saw in that show. Or Venom for that matter. And once I've read that, I'll then move on to trying to finish Primeval Extinction Event by Dan Abnett. This I started in November but ran out a month. And so this I need to really finish before I can move on to this month's planned reading. I'm nearly halfway, so hopefully I should be able to finish that off pretty quickly and then move on to Marl Fox by Brian Jacks. This is a Redwall novel, which are annoyingly not more intense and heavier reading than you think they're going to be. You know, you can't exactly whiz your way through these ones, but hoping to be able to whiz my way through that one. Anthropomorphic animals, basically you've got the nice woodland creatures and the nasty predatory woodland creatures, and generally there's one big bad who wants to overtake the other ones. And the Marl Fox this time is... no idea. It seems to be an army of water rats. I'm presuming Marl Fox is a big bad, possibly, I don't know. Queen Sylph also seems to be a bad person, a vixen. Lots of medieval rodents fighting each other. It's good stuff. But once I've read that, I'll then move on to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Sins of the Father by Christopher Golden. And this one looks like it has Buffy's old flame, as it says on the back here, Pike from the movie, which I haven't seen, who joins forces, causing something to happen. We've got vampires, demons, people from her past, and all sorts of things going on. That's the first of the larger novels of my wife's collection that I'll be reading, so interested to see what goes on in there. And after that, I'll then move on to Halo Silent Storm by Troy Denning. I've been going through my Halo books chronologically. Last I read was Contact Harvest, which literally saw the beginning of the war between the Covenant and the humans. And so this is presumably one of the first stories that happened after the war has started. So, looking forward to reading that. And once I have done, I shall then move on to Predator Stalking Shadows by James A. Moore and Mark Morris. I think I've read them before. They're quite good. Nice, gritty, horror-y type stuff. This is a tie-in to a game. It's about a prequel to Predator Hunting Grounds, the video game, which I don't know anything about or played. But it's Predator. We know what Predator's all about. We don't need the game to set the scene for that. So, yeah, looking forward to reading that one. And that's not optimistic at all, is it? Do you think I'm going to get through all that in the month of December? Bearing in mind it's the 14th today, and I've only just finished the Venom one. Shh. So, yeah, I might have overreached this time. I'm also listening to Audible. At the moment, I'm just about to start Travel by Bullet, which is book 3 of the Dispatcher series by John Scalzi. I've literally just listened to books 1 and 2 this month. Oh my goodness, these are amazing. Highly recommend these guys. So looking forward to doing book 3. They're quite short. They're only about 4 hours or so each. And they're free on Audible right now. So do download them and give them a listen. Highly, highly recommend these. Basically set in a world where, for reasons that nobody knows, if you're murdered, your naked body pops back up in your own bed at home, alive and well, and without any of the damage or trauma of whatever it is that killed you. And off you go again. If you kill yourself, die by accident or natural causes, you stay dead. And there is also a 1 in 1,000 chance of, even if you are murdered, actually staying dead. So there's no guarantee that you come back, although you pretty well do come back if you're murdered. And we follow a dispatcher, a fully licensed individual who stands in surgery rooms where, if a surgery goes badly, he comes in and murders the patient, as it were, so that they don't die of an accident, as it were. They wake up at home in bed. They'll still need their surgery, but they could just come in again and give it another go. And they'll hopefully have learnt from the last mistakes. Anyway, he gets into some shady business, doing some side jobs, and things go wrong, and he's implicated in things. And each book is an investigation. They're quite short, but again, John Scalzi really is very good at cramming a lot of story into not much in terms of content. You got quality over quantity, as it were. Highly recommend this series. Really interesting world. You don't really quickly learn about why this is happening. You just learn more and more about the rules. And I'm quite happy with that, actually. Anyway, more about them next month when I do my wrap-up for December. I'm just about to start listening to Travel by Bullet, which is a title now makes more sense having explained what it's about. And I'm still reading Shards of Earth by Adrian Tchaikovsky to my wife. This is book 1 of the final architecture, where Earth has been turned into a beautiful piece of art by a massive thing, which is apparently gone, but is it really? No. Really interesting. Really enjoying it so far. Highly recommend Adrian Tchaikovsky. And there we go. I managed to film with that in less than half an hour, so I'm really impressed with that. I now need to go and pick up my wife from work. So, I hope you enjoyed that video. Thumbs up, like, follow, ring the bell, all those sort of YouTube-y things if you want to. Comments down below, please, on books you like, didn't like, hated, interested in, not interested in, whatever. But as usual, if you can't be nice, then keep it to yourself. And until next time, happy Christmas and have a great new year.